Well, good morning, everyone. We are back in our sweet corn field. And I want to bring you in here and show you a real close look at this ground because something is missing. I think you're going to be able to tell what's missing pretty quickly. There's no corn. Well, almost no corn. Stalk, 3 or 4 stalks on the end. I don't know if it was the planting. I don't know if it was the rock problem. I don't know if it was just the fact that the rain took so long to get here. But we don't have any sweet corn except a few of these stalks out of the ground. And that puts me in a little bit of a dilemma. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a rake test, see if we can find some kernels in the ground, some seed, and that'll tell us whether we should wait or whether we should just get the planter out and start right now. Let's do that little test. Oh, there's a seed right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the seed with a little shoot coming out of the top of it. Cover that bad boy back up. Okay. And here's a seed I just pulled out of the ground with my rake. I think that one will probably be toast now. So it looks like we have seed in the ground here. I know sweet corn hates to have that hard crust over it. Maybe we'll just run over it with our rake and break this up and see if that helps. Might as well try that. Right on top of the ground. That's terrible. I think this is going to be a lost cause. And I may be doing more harm than good trying to get this dirt loosened up. So we'll just deal with that. Okay, well, here's the scenario. The sweet corn crop is a mess. I did a terrible job of getting this ground prepped. There's way too many rocks in the furrows where I planted, but we've got seed in most every row I've raked. So I'm going to go back to my first thought. I'm going to put some water on this field. I'm going to give it at least 1 day, maybe 2, to see if this corn will come up, because I don't think it's too late after that to plant. If nothing happens, replant the whole thing. Sweet corn, I don't know why I plant it. One thing I did get done yesterday, I planted 1 long row of okra, got that in the ground. So the planter worked great. And I did go back and prep that row really well. Dug about 1 million rocks out of it, and it worked just fine. So we'll see how that works out. All right, we're going to go set up the sprinkler, get that running. The other thing we've got to do is we've got to clean the well pump filter. And while that sounds incredibly simple, it's not, because it's on too tight. I didn't think I put it on tight at all, but I'm really worried about breaking the PVC or that filter holder, which is a hard plastic. So follow along when we video that little step. Hopefully I won't knock our water off here by breaking something important in the pump house. So let's go get the sprinkler. Let's set it up and see if we can make some kind of progress with this finicky, I guess I would say. Very finicky sweet corn. Let's see how bad that leaks. The only thing I dislike as much as hoses is sprinklers. And this one is way too small, but since my big sprinkler has a problem, won't rotate, and won't let water run through it, this is our only option. So we'll see how this works. Who knows? Oh, it's cold. Have a timer set so we'll know when to shut this thing off. And while we're letting the sprinkler do its business. Let's take a look at the bedded garden. Those tomatoes look fantastic, as does the zucchini, the other type of zucchini, eggplant, and Ichiban eggplant. Yesterday, after I finished putting the okra in the ground, I came up and put my wire baskets around the 4 tomatoes up here. This garden might need just a little water poured on it later in the day. I may wait till 2 or 3 o'clock, but it's also doing pretty well. Everything is looking really good except the sweet corn and the field corn. It's not coming up either. And now I'll give you a quick look at the concrete repair work we did yesterday around the pool. Okay, here's what we're working on. The tank from the well that fills up and is under pressure, we're going to turn the water off completely. And then we're going to turn the drain plug here on this filter. I've already got some fresh water set outside so I can wash this thing out in. Okay, I've got my wrench. My only concern is breaking any of these components. They've been here, this PVC's been in here about 5 years now. I don't want to break this bulb. I don't want to break any of these pipes. So before I try that, let me just get a grip on it and see if I can break it loose by hand. There it comes. Wow. That is really good. That is good news. The filter is not terribly dirty. I mean, it definitely is time to replace it. We just don't happen to have an extra one. I'm going to get my little small brush and I'm going to wash this tube out here. Is that right there? And let's look at the bulb. It could do with a good cleaning, so brought a clean cloth here to wipe this down. Let me go get my fresh water and clean this up. Okay, that is clean from end to end, and the valve looks good. But I'm just going to rinse it one more time just to make sure we get anything that might have been on our brush or on our cloth out. Go clean this one more time. Okay, now we've got a clean holder and a clean filter, even though once again we need to replace this. Okay. Now let's just be real careful. Let's check this O-ring, make sure it's seated well. We don't want any leaks, because when you're on a well, leaks are a big, big problem. Okay. I think that's tight enough. We'll check it and make sure. I'll leave the pressure open here just so there's no problem. Just rinse it out real good. Now let's put some pressure on it. Okay. Well, that went about 1,000 times easier than I thought it was going to go. That's fantastic. Okay. Relatively clean filter. get a new one very soon. Boy, it's good to have that tough task out of the way. I thought that was going to be difficult. We have finished up our patchwork on the concrete, and it went fairly well. I was kind of surprised. We have a cleaner, a concrete cleaner that we picked up this weekend. We're going to try to clean everything around the pool, and then we're either going to get someone to come in and put a cool deck down, but more than likely, our local handyman, which is going to be me. I'm probably going to be tasked with just trying to do that. Hey, I pressure washed and painted the interior of the pool with that crazy, sticky, fast-drying paint. So how hard could a pool deck be? I think we might find out here in the next month or so. So for right now, we've got one other quick task we've got to go knock out. We've got to go get the water shut down on that corn and make sure everything looks good down there. And for today, I think that's going to do it. Now, we're going to be back tomorrow because we're going to also take a look at the other sweet corn patch tomorrow morning while it's relatively cool, and get out there and maybe do the exact same thing. Rake it down, check for the seeds. If we don't find any seeds, we'll just replant. But down there, it's a little bit tougher area to get to, and it's very small. So that one should go a lot easier than this one. So for today, we're going to call that a cut, and we will wrap this one up. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care. Well, it's next day, and it's time to go check on the field corn field. I got a feeling it's just going to be about as bad news as the sweet corn field. So let's drive down there and take a quick look. Got a few watermelons transplanted here in this unplowed area. Hopefully they'll do okay. Shouldn't be any different than raising your watermelons up in a container and transplanting them in the field, I would hope. And we only got one row of corn seed in the ground, this outside row. We'll run uptown because we're going to buy some lug nuts for that tractor. We'll pick up more seeds and we'll come down here and we'll finish this off today. Well, for better or worse, the field corn is in the ground. That didn't take hardly any time at all, and it seemed to go pretty smooth. So we'll wait on the rain and see if we can get the field corn up out of the ground on planting number 2. Let's check everything out here while we're in the garden. We already have tomatoes on that one and several others. Squash looks very healthy all the way down. Our beans along the wire are all up. Cucumbers looking nice and healthy down here. This is just plain green zucchini here. It looks awfully good. The lettuce probably could stand a little bit of picking on the outside leaves. And the sweet corn doesn't exist. Another disaster. So we'll just replant it. What normally took me at least an hour, maybe a little more to drop by hand, just took about 5 minutes with this planter. That's the best $200 I think I've spent here on the farm in quite a while. Let's do a little seed check, make sure we got seed in the furrow. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Get back in the ground there. There it is. There it is. Okay. Like the planter has been real consistent. This corn should come up. Sweet corn. You never can tell. We just have to wait and see. We have the sweet corn and the field corn in the ground once again. Round 2. Field corn is done with our little planter, worked great. And this small area of sweet corn here in the big garden, it went very well too. We're going to split the rain dilemma on corn right down the middle. There's always a conversation of plant before the rain, don't plant before the rain. We've got the field corn and the sweet corn in the ground, anticipating rain tomorrow night and Thursday. We'll wait until Friday afternoon or Saturday morning to put the rest of the sweet corn in the ground. That way we got a chance, right? We got a chance to win on either side of it. And I think with this effort, we're going to call it a cut. I'm going to wrap this whole thing up today. It is another beautiful day here at Blue Sky Farm. We're going to go enjoy a little bit of it. We may sit out by the pool. I want to let you know, in the next video, we're going to tackle a problem that is facing us. If you remember, we've got 2 broken lug nuts on the front wheel of the Massey Ferguson. I bush hogged while that was broken the last week or so ago, and I had to stop every 15 minutes to get out and look at it. I was worried to death, made me very anxious. We're not going to do that again. I have the lug nuts. We're going to go and drive those studs out if we can, put new lugs on it, tighten that wheel down so we don't have that in our mind. I don't need things like that in my mind when I'm on the tractor. I have enough just keeping it straight and mowing. And shortly after that, the next video after that, we're going to go right over here where the pond cabin is. And we're going to get busy with the interior work. Tired of putting that off. Everything in the garden is at a point where we can just look away from it for a while. And we're going to get started on that cabin. We're going to insulate the walls first, see how that looks, and then we'll start working on putting that siding up as our interior wall cover. I'm excited about that. I think that'll be a good video for you to watch. And anything that comes up that's interesting, we'll try to put the camera on it and bring it to you. I hope you enjoy watching these videos as much as I like making them. But until we get back together again, everybody be safe, take care, have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.